my people. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is episode 3. And today I really want to take this time to reflect on a few things that's been happening, that's been marinating in my mind. Over the recent months and past year, thousands of racially motivated hate crimes have been on the rise due to thoughts that anyone with Asian features like moi are spreading coronavirus and killing America. There are and were stories of people under this toxic mindset pushing our seniors into the streets, beating someone up for no particular reason. And some of these victims eventually die due to these injuries. Now, for all of our Asian brothers and sisters residing in America, do we not only have to protect ourselves from COVID, but now do we have to protect against our own American people, our people? So let me be frank and let me be clear. The only similarities between coronavirus and these hate crimes is that both loves to hurt our own people in whatever way they can. Right now, during this difficult time, I'm living with my folks to take care of them, and to think that somebody might come into our home and beat us up just because of the way we look. It's outrageous. Historically, why are we doing the same thing and expecting a different result? It shows the ignorance of our people to say that we are fighting racism on one hand and that it is wrong while committing racial crimes on the other. We can't expect a future of true love and care for the people if we're being hypocritical, right? Now, mind you that this race issue has been in our nation hundreds of years, and it's been going on far too long. And I feel that some people, I just feel that sitting there waiting for something to happen to go and commit these horrendous racial crimes. Now, my people, and I'm calling everybody my people, okay? Reality check here. We are in year 2021 where we have access to a vast source of knowledge that we have on our phones, on the internet, in the libraries to research and understand. If we do just 1% of that research, you will understand that an American hosting a big party, unmasked, inviting hundreds of strangers into a small packed space, is defying the laws of nature and disease. It is far worse at hurting our people than an old man taking a little stroll with a mask on so that he can enjoy the last couple years of his life. Who is hurting who more? The irresponsible actions of our brothers and sisters has caused a lot of these increase in corona cases in America. And that is where we have to realize that we ourselves have to step it up to be more responsible, to police our own actions, to critically maintain the coronavirus and work towards decreasing the spread to our families, our friends, and in our community. If you're on this path, you will also realize that the coronavirus hurts you just as much as it hurts me. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the main point. You ready for this? The coronavirus doesn't hurt Asians any less than it hurts whites or blacks. That may be big news to you, but if it is news to you, then good. So to my fellow brothers and sisters who has committed some of these racially uninformed crimes, or to my other brothers and sisters who are in this toxic mindset that Asians are spreading the illness, come to my mama's house, okay? Grab a plate, and you're going to realize the similarities of our races, that we all have mothers, fathers, friends, that we laugh when it's funny, we cry when it's sad, and we put things on World Star when it's cool, all right? Now, touching on this and jumping over a little bit, you guys know that song, No Woman, No Cry, redemption song? And from the one and only Bob Marley, a musical icon way ahead of his time, spreading love, peace, and joy from his heart to the whole world. I know you and me at multiple times in our lives jammed to Mr. Marley's music. And at the same time, I want to be clear and clear the air that as we're listening to his music about love and peace, There's still much work to be done. The civil unrest of the injustice of action taken on our own brothers and sisters, the undenying racial crimes targeting Asians and living in America, Asian Americans and so forth, as mentioned. I'm not going to sit here and take an anti-stance because I want to follow Mr. Marley's example. Mr. Marley believed that we can actually end racism and hate through music and love. True story here. Here's a true story. He was scheduled to perform at a peace rally. A gunman came into his house, shot him down, right? 2 days later, he walked out on stage and performed. People interviewed him and asked, Mr. Marley, why didn't you rest? Why didn't you stay in the hospital? Why didn't you reschedule the peace rally concert? And he said, quote, the people who were trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off, so how can I light up the darkness? End quote. From his words and from his music, we can't take an anti-approach and use hate and violence against those that use the same thing against us, whether it's because of the color of our skin, what we believe, so forth. The only way is to go pro-love, pro-peace, pro-joy, because those are the only tools that can unite us and bring us together that much more during a time like this. So jam on, my brothers and sisters. Let's continue to spread love, joy, peace, compassion, and kindness. All right, cool, peace. Now on to positive news number 2. This is actually pretty sweet, captured by Natasha Wilson on her Facebook page at a doctor's office. Okay, a mother was trying to fill out her forms while holding on to a sleeping baby. A kind man offered to help and hold the baby. Now, it wasn't just holding the baby. You take a look at the picture here. I'm going to put it up. You'll see it. That even in this brief moment that he was helping her, he was truly, truly embracing the baby as if it was his own. Truly a nice, beautiful touch to humanity at its purest. Thank you. All right, last but not least, story number 3. An ABC News sportscaster, Dale Hansen, provided his reflection after witnessing racial signs during a Texas basketball game. You got to listen to his words. Check it out.
That basketball game in Flower Mound a week or so ago with Plano East has changed some of the rules now, but it hasn't changed nearly enough. Kids on the Flower Mound side were seen holding up signs saying white power. And too many parents and apparently others who care tried to defend what you cannot defend. Some parents actually argued that it was just a mistake. They had 5 signs, grabbed 2, and they just accidentally, when held together, said white power. Louisville school officials say now it was no accident, and how could it have possibly been? They're taking their signs away, but there's a history in Flower Mound. When my granddaughter, who went to Louisville High, would be at a game in Flower Mound, she and her friends would hear the chant, "Welfare babies, do you know who your daddy is? Because we know ours." I feel sorry for people who find their value in the value of their home or the money they have, but I don't blame the kids as much as some of you might, maybe because I used to be one of those kids. I was raised in a small Iowa farm town that had only one black family in the county and raised by a man who used the N-word like it was a proper noun. I think I was 12 before I realized that the N-word actually wasn't the first name of Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Elston Howard, and so many more. My dad always referred to the black athlete and any person of color he didn't know that way, but he loved the Matthews family. Henry and Billy Matthews were good people. The whole family was. My dad always said they were different. The one black family he knew were good people. All the others he didn't know, they were the bad people. The ignorance in that reasoning, if you think about it long enough, will twist your mind, and it twisted mine. Kids have to be taught to hate, and it's our parents and grandparents, and our teachers and coaches too, who teach us to hate. Kids become the product of that environment. I was, and they are. The kids who hold the signs and chant their racist slurs, and it's not all of them, it never is, But their ignorance perpetuates the stereotype of all of us in Texas as a racist, ignorant people. But that ignorance will be replaced someday by the wisdom they learn when they live in the real world, when they meet the people who don't look like them, didn't grow up the way they did, the people who make this life worth living. They will change. Not all of them, it never is, but they will change. I did a long time ago, they can too. But not if we try to defend what you cannot defend. And not if we stay silent and think taking their signs away is doing enough. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Albert Einstein. I'll answer the emails tomorrow.
You'll likely have a full inbox. We'll be right back.
Now, take a moment to reflect on Mr. Hansen's words, touching on how the environment that we grew up in may very much shape our viewpoints early on, but it doesn't have to continue and it doesn't have to be. We all have the power to be more compassionate, kinder, and more understanding to everyone, whether they look like us or they don't. Our actions, our words influences our family, friends, community. So listen, love, and listen, love some more. Have a beautiful weekend day wherever you are. Thank you. Hey y'all, if you like content like this, show some love by clicking the like button below, hit subscribe, and please comment. Good or bad comments, just keep it real, keep it original, and keep it coming. I promise you this is not just for my own selfish vanity, but a way to really gauge where to improve content and keep spreading the love back to y'all. So by the power invoked in an average Joe like me, I will wish everybody a good day, great day. Be awesome, be well. Remember to be positive. Peace.